Hi, this is Garry from Next Actions. We all need to be accountable for our actions. It helps us to stay on track, to work on the important things and to deliver results. Without accountability, you've got nobody to help you stay on track. You've got no one to turn to when things seem tough and you just need that little bit of advice. You've also got nobody to pat you on the back and say, that was a job well done, or even, well, that didn't go as you expected. Join me after the break where we'll look at how using accountability can help you to bring your work and your life back into control. Before we continue, let's take a minute and just look at some statistics about accountability. A few years ago, the American Society of Training and Development wrote a report about accountability. In it, they identified the following probabilities of completing a goal. You've got an idea, 10% chance you'll finish it. You decide when you're going to do it. It jumps, it's now a 40% chance that you're going to do it. You come up with a plan of how you're going to do it. Your likelihood of succeeding is now 50%. You commit to someone else that you're going to do it. We're now up to 65%. You have a regular accountability appointment with the person you have committed to. 95%. That's right, 95% chance that you will succeed. So by having somebody to keep you accountable, you increase the chance of completing your goal. And we're not just talking about a small increase here. You're going from 40% up to 95%. You know, from less than a 50-50 chance of doing it to a certainty that you're gonna do it. Just think, how much of a difference will this make in your work and your life? Going from that 50% chance all up to a virtual certainty, well, I would love to get those results every single day. So what are the other benefits of being held accountable? There's quite a few. These include an independent view of where you and your business are going. You identify issues before they become major problems. It helps you to keep on track with your projects. It keeps you focused on your core business, goals and targets. You also feel a social obligation to do the things that you said you would. No one likes to go to a meeting and say, I didn't do it because I couldn't be bothered. It also helps because you're setting deadlines for what needs to be done. Examples of this include, I'll have that completed by the time we next meet, or I'll send you a draft by the end of next week. You're also more likely to deliver on your goals, your projects, and your commitments. On the other hand, without accountability, well, you've got nobody to help you to stay on track. You've got no one to turn to when things seem tough and you need some advice. You've got no one to pat you on the back and say, that was a job well done. There's a decreased probability of delivering on your goals, your projects, your commitments. There's also an increased likelihood of issues in your business going unidentified, and that means that something that's small may end up becoming a major problem, and as we all know, major problems cost a lot of money to fix. Hopefully, by now you can see the real benefits to you of being held accountable. We now know why we need to be held accountable. So the next question is, who should I be accountable to? Who are you accountable to at the moment? Can you drop a note into the comments with who's currently holding you accountable? You'll most probably find it's 2 or 3 people, and it doesn't need to be the name of that person. Just put who they are to you. You might put spouse, you might put boss, you might put the bloke next door. Just be honest and let us know who it is. Is it your boss or a relative or even your significant other? Are you actually trying to keep yourself accountable by being accountable to only yourself? In a lot of cases, accountability is clear. If you're employed, you're accountable to your supervisor or manager. If you're running a company, you're accountable to the company's shareholders. But for the small business owner, well, this isn't as clear. Quite often, you may be the only person in the business. You own it. It's your baby. But who are you then accountable to? Yourself? No, never try to hold yourself accountable. You're too close to the day-to-day operations. You can't take the objective view of what is going on. Are you going to tell yourself you've done something wrong? Are you going to congratulate yourself for doing something well? Are you going to hold yourself to deadlines, even though you're busy on other things? Well, if you answer yes to any of these questions, I've got to be honest, I think you'll be in the minority. If things go wrong and we're holding ourselves accountable, we just buckle down and we fix it, and then we may look back and think, I did a bit of crap there, but more likely we'll have already moved on to the next job and won't really think about it. We learn nothing. We also don't tend to take the time to think we've done a good job. It's all too easy and we throw it off, well, it's just part of my service, it's just what I'm here to do. We don't ever tell ourselves, that was excellent work, well done. We can't hold ourselves accountable to ourselves. It needs to be done by somebody else. Now, this person you're accountable to, ideally it should be somebody outside of your business. This allows them to spot the little things that you take for granted, but these may blow up and become major issues without being addressed early. Can you use your significant other or other family members to hold you accountable? Well, sometimes you can. But let's be honest, the majority of family members, well, they want to see you succeed. This means if you ask them to hold you accountable, they'll tend towards telling you positive things, telling you how well you're doing, and they'll also be looking at telling you things that they know you want to hear. They will not be telling you the things you need to hear. Can you trust your family members to tell you things you don't want to hear? Can you trust them to give you the bad news as well as the good? Most family members, I've got to be honest, they can't do this. And it's mainly because they don't want to hurt your feelings. This is where a mentor comes in. Have you got a mentor that you can trust to keep you accountable? If you've got a trusted mentor at the moment, why not drop a comment below saying, I've got a mentor. If you don't have one, then comment, I need a mentor. Once you've got your trusted mentor, then you need to be meeting regularly to have accountability sessions. I'll cover these in more detail in the next video. The frequency of these sessions, well, it depends on what is going on. If there's a lot of change, then you may need to meet weekly or fortnightly. But if things are running smoothly, then you may only need to meet every 1 or 2 months. The key to accountability is having trust in your accountability partner. You must be able to trust each other so you can have open and frank discussions. When making an accountability agreement, also please make sure you formally document it. I see so many people who have got failed accountability agreements because they never spent the time to formally document what they were doing. They just said, oh, it's a good idea, let's do it, and then it failed. Again, we'll go into more detail of accountability agreements in the next video. To summarise today's discussion, we all need to be accountable to someone. We may have multiple people we're accountable to, and these will depend on the various activities going on in our lives. Accountability brings control to your work and drives you towards delivering the goals, projects and commitments that you've made. Without accountability, you're setting yourself up for failure. Issues that can be identified early on, well, they may be missed. The results, well, it's a higher cost to fix when they do come to light. Higher costs that are eating away from your profit and also from your client satisfaction. It's important to have a trusting relationship with your accountability partner. Without this, you won't fully accept their input and guidance. And again, this leads to failure. We all need accountability to help us keep our focus and to make sure we're on target to deliver the business results we require. If you found this video useful, please drop a comment below, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Why not share the video to someone you know who may benefit from some accountability? If you feel you've got no one who can help to keep you accountable, then please reach out to me. One of my services is to be an accountability partner. to work with you so you get the business results you deserve. Please reach out to me on 0415 591 672. I'm based in Australia, so please use the international dialing code +61 if calling from another country. You can also email me at garry@nextactions.com.au or visit nextactions.com.au, where you'll find a link to book a free, short introductory call. Have you got any topics that you'd like me to cover? If you do, please drop a comment below and then I'll add them to the list of upcoming videos. Don't forget to like the video and comment below if you've got any new ideas from listening to this video. I'll talk to you again soon.